On Global TV News Express, Tinubu talks Universities of Research for National Development. Federal government charges petroleum engineers on sustainable solutions to critical challenges facing the oil sector. Lightning kills 14 at Uganda refugee camp. On a sport insurance battle, Sunshine Warriors target Headlands Cup in Nigerian Premier Football League round. Hello and welcome to all of you in Nigeria and around the world to News Express here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Edikan Michael. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nicomsat. President Bola Tinubu has urged Nigerian universities to live up to expectations as vanguard of research, teaching and community service to make human life better and fast-track national development. Tinubu made the call at the 9th convocation ceremony of the Federal University to Sidmark in Katsina State, where it was represented by the Vice Chancellor of Federal University, Dutse, Jigawa State, Professor Abu Karim Sabo Mohammed. The president said education is a cornerstone of national development and must be responsive and transformative. The president also urged students to take advantage of the student loan scheme initiated to support their education pursuit. Now, the House of Representatives Committee on Renewable Energy has invited stakeholders on an investigative hearing on the $2 billion renewable energy grant and investment in Nigeria. The committee stated that the investment has not had a proportional impact on the nation's energy security challenges. A statement issued by the committee chairman, Victor Genet, says the probe will cover the period from 2015 to 2024. In July 2024, President Bola Tinubu disclosed at the Africa Natural Resource and Energy Investment Summit in Nigeria that the nation had attracted over $2 billion of investment in the sector in the past decade. Now, the Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice Lateef Fahimi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, has commenced moves to drop the charges brought against the 32 minors arraigned before Justice Obiora Agwatu of the Federal High Court in Abuja. Hours after the arraignment, the nation's chief law officer disclosed in a statement his interest in taking over the matter from the Inspector General of Police, noting that there are issues his office would like to review. It is believed that the Inspector General of Police had already submitted the case file to the Minister of Justice as requested, and actions are ongoing to swiftly drop the charges against the defendant. And now, as the November 16 gubernatorial election in Ondo State draws closer, a member of the Ebira community in the state have endorsed Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa as their preferred candidate. Governor Usman Ododo of Kogi State, who led the gathering of Ebira indigents in Owo, spoke passionately on behalf of the community, drumming support for Governor Ayedatiwa. Kikolo Makere completes the report.
It is a carnival-like atmosphere at our community as the campaign tour of Governor Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa, candidate of All Progressive Congress, touched the campaign ground. Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo says the entire Ebira community across Ondo State have resolved to support and vote for All Progressive Congress in the coming election in the state.
We all know him. He has been tested and can be trusted. We want continuity. We want consolidation. And he has started very, very well. My brother, I want to tell you that the Ebira community, the Igala community, and the Oku community in Ondo State, they are 100% behind you.
In his response, Governor Ayedatiwa expressed gratitude for the community's support and praised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to Ondo State's economic development. He also commended Governor Ododo for his exemplary leadership. Reflecting on the APC primary election in Ondo State, which Governor Ododo chaired, Governor Ayedatiwa expressed confidence in a fair and transparent electoral process in November 16th.
Let me also tell you, Alhaji Usman, that even before Mr. President became the president of this country about 2 years ago, he has always shown interest in the political and economic development of Ondo State. At every governorship election, since I met him in 2012, he has always been interested in who becomes the governor of Ondo State, so that he can contribute and give his support to the economic development of the state.
The Deputy Governor of Ondo State, Dr. Olaide Adelami, whose local government hosted the rally, thanked Governor Ododo for his love for Aiyedatiwa and the APC. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News. It is a carnival-like atmosphere.
Meanwhile, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has assured residents of Akoko Northeast that if elected, his administration will redouble the efforts to prioritize the welfare of every citizen in Ondo State. The governor, alongside his deputy and running mate, Dr. Olaide Adelami, made this known when they visited Akoko Northeast local government area of the state. Here again, Kikolo Makari with the rest of the story.
It is a moment of jubilation and excitement in Iborokpa, Akonu, and Ikare Akoko Northeast as the campaign tour of Governor Lucky Orimisan Aiyedatiwa, candidate of All Progressive Congress in November 16 governorship election in Ondo State, touched Akoko Northeast local government. At Ikare Akoko, headquarters of the local government, Governor Aiyedatiwa received royal blessings from Olukare of Ikare, Oba Kadri Momo, and the Owa Ale of Ikare, Oba Adeleke Adedoyin. His Royal Highness Olukare of Ikare, Oba Kadri Momo, appeals to the governor to help in curbing the menace of kidnapping and insecurity in the region.
In this terrain, I want to crave your indulgence to chronicle few of our challenges. We have said them before and we will not be tired of repeating them. Mr. Governor, this is not the first time you are coming to us. In the extreme buffer point there, linking Kogi, we have the greatest challenge there is kidnapping. Insecurity, and mostly there are people coming from Abuja or from other axes from the east through Kogi. Usually they are kidnapped. The people look around, they are just by the military and police checking points. Kidnappers look around there to cause mayhem, and we'll be happy if you can look into that aspect.
Governor Aiyedatiwa highlighted the overwhelming support from the communities as a testament to the positive impact his administration has made in Ondo State. Governor Aiyedatiwa expressed gratitude for the warm reception and royal blessings. The governor assures that the request made by the royal fathers will be granted and incorporated into the 2025 budget, stressing the government's responsibility to ensure equitable development across the state.
Same language. It is a case of all of them, as if they have discussed, they have agreed with one mind that the election, the governorship election for November 16, 2024, the votes will be given to my party, APC. That is the voice of the traditional rulers, the voice of the chiefs, the voice of the women and all the youth.
During the tour, Honorable Stephen Olamija, a former House of Representative member for Akoko Northeast, Northwest Federal Constituency, Lekon Bada, former chairman Akoko Northeast and candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the last House of Reps by election in the constituency, and another notable PDP leader, Momo Mufu, also known as Akpongon, defected to APC and were received into the party by the governor. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Now, the federal government has released funds to settle outstanding salaries owed to members of non-academic staff union of federal universities and pay benefit to retirees under the Nigerian Union of Pensioners Contributory Pension Scheme. This was contained in a statement by the Director of Press and Public Relations, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Bawa Mokwa. He confirmed that the payment to the NASU members have commenced, with many already confirming receipt. The Nigerian Correctional Service has denied reports that Joinville and bad governance protest defendants were detained in an adult custodial facilities at the Kuje Custodial Center in Abuja, following the arrangement of 676 individuals in connection with the protest. Justice Obiara ordered that underage defendants be placed in a bowl-style facility while adults will be remanded in the standard cells until their bail conditions were met. Spokesman of the Correctional Service, Umar Abubakar, in a statement clarified the report of the service detaining the minors in adult facility were misleading and assured that the service adheres to strict standards when managing the offenders. Now, Minister of Works David Umahi has said that the first phase of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway will be ready for commissioning by May 29, 2025. The Minister of Works started these when he led the Federal Ministry of Works and members of the House of Representatives and the Senate House Committee on Works to inspect some sections of the ongoing Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road project stretching along 8 states. Umahi, who noted that the President had paid full compensation to affected property owners along the federal right of way before the demolition of property took place, reiterated the commitment of the administration of President Bola Tinubu to ensuring the massive rehabilitation and completion of abandoned road project across the 36 states of the Federation. Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa has called on the military high command to work as a team to secure the country peacefully. The defense chief made the call during the formal taking over ceremony of the newly appointed acting chief of army staff, Major General Olufemi Oloyede, in Abuja. Samuel Odi has a report.
General Musa noted it is unprecedented to have an acting chief of army staff when there is a substantive chief of army staff, who unfortunately is indisposed, noting that Major General Oluyede will be acting until the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, decides otherwise.
In the interim, based on the powers conferred on the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, he has decided and directed and appointed an acting Chief of Army Staff with the full powers and responsibilities of the Chief of Army Staff until the President decides otherwise.
He congratulated the acting Chief of Army Staff on his appointment and implored him not to rest on his laurel in ensuring that he justifies the confidence reposed in him by the President.
You have to note that your selection was based on your vast knowledge of military leadership at all levels, character and competence. You are a member of a larger team of professional soldiers who are saddled with the responsibility of defending the territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by land, sea, and air as captured in our Constitution.
In his remark after completion of the signing in of the taking over notes, General Olukayode promised to hold forth as acting army chief until the return of Lieutenant General Abiodun Lagbaja, who is the substantive chief of army staff. The acting chief of army staff solicited prayers for Lieutenant General Lagbaja's speedy recovery and safe return to complete the excellent job he started.
Appointment as acting chief of army staff is simply to hold sway while Lieutenant General T. Lagbaja, Medical Chief of Army Staff, is a way to enable him to take sufficient time to get necessary medical attention and recuperate. And that I intend to do with the whole of my heart and loyalty to the Constitution.
Until his appointment, acting Chief of Army Staff Olufemi Oluyede served as the 56th commander of the Elite Infantry Corps of the Nigerian Army based in Jaji, Kaduna State. The 56-year-old Oluyede and Lagbaja were classmates and members of the 39th Regular Corps. He was commissioned a second lieutenant in 1992. Effective from 1987, he rose to Major General in September 2020. Samuel Lodi reporting for Global Television News. General
Another Minister of Power, Debayo Delebu, has advised state governments to find an alternative to power generation in the country. The minister gave their advice during a one-day walking visit to Kano State against the background of the recent blackout in some northern states. Our correspondent Idris Jibril has the details.
Arriving the VIP wing of the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport is the Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu, alongside other top government delegation from the Federal Capital Territory. The visit is to inform the people of Kano State and northern Nigerians in general the cause of the blackout in the region.
The issue of electricity supply is not one that one entity can handle alone. It must be a collaborative effort.
The minister reiterated the determination of the federal government to restore power to the affected states, adding that it has no intention of marginalizing any section of the country over electricity distribution.
Alternative power source, which I also mentioned when I was delivering my speech, that is the way to go. Sincerely, that is the permanent solution to having negative impact of grid disturbances. Just like we had the vandalization of transmission lines, it affected the entire northern states.
Especially the one that we are here, 1 megawatt Bagaja, is just to provide energy security, for the citizen in the state. And the Honorable Minister is also talking about bringing investors that will construct a plant that will give around 100 megawatt.
Receiving the minister at the Kano State Government House, Governor Abba Kabir, represented by his Chief of Staff, Shehu Wadasa Gagi, told the minister that the state government is working very hard to establish independent power project which has already reached 70% completion stage.
The blackout causes significant loss in billions of naira to the industries in the state, also affected the areas of revenue generation, health sector, healthcare sector, and day-to-day activities of the populace.
Kano State and several other northern states have been without electricity for almost 10 days, though only yesterday light was restored to some states in the north, a situation attributed to the activities of bandits around the 300 kV line along Kaduna-Shiroro power distribution axis. From Kano, Idris Jubrin reporting for Global Television News.
Down to political matters, Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has said that the Commission will undertake a final readiness assessment of its preparation for the November 16 Ondo State governorship election next week. Yakubu discloses how the fourth quarterly consultative meeting with media organizations at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, noting that as part of assessment, the Commission will meet with officials, engage stakeholders, and interact with security agencies and transport providers. He also said there will be further improvement, especially in the area of logistics for the movement of personnel and materials for both land and riverine locations for prompt commencement of polls, as well as management of the processes on election day. And now you're watching the News Express here on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, when News Express returns lightning kills 14 at the Uganda refugee camp. We'll bring you details of these as well as foreign and sports stories right after this break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. And now to business. The federal government has charged petroleum engineers to devise sustainable solutions to critical challenges facing the oil sector, which includes low productivity, oil theft, and the pipeline vandalism. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Henneken Lampori, speaking at the annual conference of the Nigerian Institution of Petroleum Engineers in Abuja, emphasized the need for innovative, homegrown strategies to enhance the industry's performance, urging collaboration among industry players to ensure a sustainable future for Nigeria's oil and gas sector. Represented by the Director, Upstream Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Cameron Bosari, the minister emphasized the need for sustainable solutions in Nigeria's petroleum sector, as he highlighted the importance of balancing economic growth, energy security, and environmental sustainability amid the global energy transitions. And out to foreign scene, police say a lightning strike at the refugee camp in Uganda killed 14 people. They said the victims were attending a church service when the lightning struck, injuring another 34 people. An official told local radio that all those who died were children. The incident occurred at the Palabek refugee settlement in the northwest of the country, and an area that has recently seen heavy rains with thunder and lightning. According to the United Nations Refugee Agency, Palabek refugee settlement is home to more than 80,000 refugees and asylum seekers, many of whom are from neighboring South Sudan. Barely a few days to the United States presidential elections, Americans living in settlements in the Israeli-occupied West Bank seek Donald Trump's second term, as recent polls show that the majority of Israelis dream of the days when the former president inhabited the White House. Trump prioritized Israel during his previous term, moving the American embassy to Jerusalem, recognizing Israeli sovereignty over the occupied Golan Heights and helping to normalize ties between Israel and several Arab states under the so-called Abraham Accords. And how many Israelis believe Trump will offer yet more support as the country battles Iran-backed militant groups in Gaza and Lebanon, as well as Iran itself. Now, in a different development, the United States has announced the deployment of additional military assets to the Middle East. The deployment includes ballistic missile defense, destroyers, and long-range B-52 bomber aircraft, serving as a warning to Iran as its unusual trade ticked for third strikes. Pentagon spokesman Major General Pat Ryder said in a statement that should Iran, its partners, or its proxies use the moment to target American personnel or interests in the region, the United States will take every measure necessary to defend its people. Ukraine says Kyiv has come under heavy drone attack overnight as French explosions were heard in the capital and all the regions were struck. Our President Zelensky said, unfortunately, that the attack by the Russian drones caused damage and casualties in the various districts of Kyiv. They said that the constant terrorist attacks on Ukrainian cities prove that Israel's pressure on Russia and its complicity is not enough. And now moving to sports news. Smarting from a 1-0 home defeat to Abia Warriors on March Day 9, Bendel Insurance will be seeking redemption during the Sunday's MPFL Match Day 10. The clash with Sunshine starting at the Dina Stadium in Ijebu, Ogun State. To this end, the Benin Arsenal carved the patience, loyalty, and support of their fans as they embark on the doubting talks. Sunday Megros 4th-minute strike secured the maximum points for Abia Warriors, causing Insurance their fourth defeat in the 9 matches, who saw them slump to 15th in the standings. And now Chelsea are reportedly plotting a move for Real Madrid's Brazilian winger Vinicius Junior, with club ready to make him the focal point of the attack. According to Fitch's, the 24-year-old forward has caught the attention of Chelsea, though the Blues will likely face stiff competition from both the PSG and Manchester United for his signature. Vinicius had an outstanding season with Real Madrid last year, tallying 24 goals and providing 11 assists, crucially contributing to the La Liga and the European Champions League triumphs. And now, as we wrap up the News Express, let's take a look at some of the top stories. President Tinubu has challenged Nigerian universities for development-focused research. On the business, the federal government has charged petroleum engineers on sustainable solutions to critical challenges facing the oil sector. And the forest scene, lightning has killed 14 at Uganda refugee camp. On the sports, Bundle Insurance Football Club battle Sunshine as Warriors target the Headlands Cup in Nigerian Premier Football League round. Now that's our package News Express. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276, free to air on Nicomsats. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now shown on the screen. I am Edikan Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.